What's up guys, this is Crypto with James talking to you today about Tellor. Now Tellor has often mimicked the price movement of Ethereum. Tellor's a truly decentralized oracle. It's one that I think is one of the strongest within the oracle field. That and API 3 I think are the two most outstanding in terms of what they do and the technology behind them. So I want to take a look at what Tellor can hit in terms of price, and obviously that's going to depend upon how Ethereum moves as well, but we'll talk through all of that in this video. Before I get into any of it though guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos I showed everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I expected them to have, big profits. And you can see what the profits would have been from $100 into each one. And had you popped 100 into each one when I released my videos, and then sold less than 18 months on, just $100 into each, a $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of over 123 grand, which is pretty good. Now, I sold all of these since the market crashed. I continue to now buy more and more cryptos up. Anytime I buy a crypto that I think is quality, I jump onto my website and I let people know and let all the members know. Now, my website is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a crypto that I think is strong, going to have real good profits, I let my members know what coin it is, what kind of profits I think it can have, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in so they can copy along with literally no work involved for any of the members. When I sell a coin, I also do the same thing. I let my members know what coin I'm selling, what percentage of my holdings I'm selling, and again, what I'm doing with my profits, whether it's reinvesting it or just banking it. And again, they can copy along. No work required. Now, if that sounds good to you, just pause this video now. Go to the link in the description, copymycrypto.com, and have a look through the site. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify everything that you've read, and you can make an informed decision if it's something that you want to try. And compare your profits in the last bull cycle against the members. If yours don't stack up against the members, then maybe copymycrypto.com is something to consider, guys. Right, Tellor. So Tellor is has been on a bit of a tear in the recent couple of weeks. I mean, in the last 7 days alone, it's up about 66%. All-time chart, as you can see, rallied very, very highly. Hit heights of $163 in the last bull cycle. And here's the thing: the driving force behind the most recent surge appears to be more social media-based. Lunar Crush data shows a context that it shot up in terms of the amount of mentions online, the amount of discussions online, and it was saying it was social influencers were fueling the surge. KuCoin leading the social media charge with a weighted average rank of 7. You had Huobi fueling the surge. You had Wazir X also fueling the surge. You had high-profile influencers actively promoting Tellor, creating a snowball effect of interest. We saw this causing a nearly 350% surge in trading volume, and a growing demand for oracles to be quality because of the DeFi boom that's expected. And you need reliable decentralized oracles to have successful DeFi. If you have a centralized oracle, then what ends up happening from a centralized oracle is we see a single point of failure that could affect multiple DeFi protocols. What's good about Tellor, along with a couple of others, it's truly decentralized. And you've got to understand, it's actually really worth listening to one of the founders of Tellor. What was his name? I want to say it was Nick Fett. And there was a talk about how important decentralization was for oracles, and that was based in and around the discussion about what's happened with bridges over the past couple of years. They've been the single biggest point of failure in terms of exploits within crypto. And he did a whole talk about why, I think it was Nick Fett, and he was talking about the importance of decentralization and why it was so vital. Effectively a bridge is just an oracle. So having ones truly decentralized means the risk for hacks, the risk for exploits is significantly lower. So Tellor is a decentralized Oracle protocol. They have been growing steadily. They actually have a developer call very regularly, so you can actually listen in and hear how the team are getting on, how things are moving. Tellor is currently on a number of different networks, from Ethereum all the way to Polygon, Filecoin, Optimism, Arbitrum, all of these. Hell, even Manta Network and Base. So Tellor is already really started to have a wider impact on the overall DeFi space. What's quite interesting about Tellor is it's been moving so in line with Ethereum for a very long time. In fact, if we come to the charts here, as you can see, the orange bar is Ethereum, and the actual normal candles are Tellor. And what we can see is as Ethereum rises, Tellor's flow of price action is almost identical. Big wick here big price move to the upside for Ethereum here. Same for Tellor. Come back down, and you can see the actions mimic. Now, what's going to be interesting is, does this continue in a similar vein for the next bull cycle? Because Tellor is now integrated with so many different blockchains. So there is potential that it may decouple in some way from Ethereum. But if we go to the 21st of May, I think Ethereum had ran up to about 4K, and Tellor's highest sort of point at that moment in time was about that $160 point. So it's remained sort of a fraction of Ethereum. Now, if Ethereum ran up to 10K in the next bull cycle, which is what a lot of people believe will happen, then in theory, we could just extrapolate and do a rough calculation. So if Tellor hit $163 when Ethereum hit its sort of 4K region, if we 2.5 times that would be the 10K. So if we 2.5 times $163, that actually brings us up to about $400. I'm not convinced we're necessarily going to see $400 for Tellor. But let's be honest, look, Tellor's supply is minimal. 1.7 million Tellor. So actually, would $400 be outlandish? Not really. It would put it at a market cap of 680 million. That's not huge. I'm actually only saying $200 for Tellor, but it would not shock me to see this hit 400 or more. Because it is one of the best oracles. It is one of the most decentralized. There's a reason that the KuCoins and everyone else are trying to push Tellor. And maybe that's because, they're big holders as well. Maybe it's because they're realizing that Tellor's actually one of the best solutions. Or maybe it's because Tellor's already helping them with some of the solutions that they require within their own data feeds, within their own centralized exchanges. Now, as of right now, I think Tellor is one of, if not the best. It's between Tellor and API 3 in terms of Oracle solutions for me. Obviously, Chainlink's the king. Chainlink's been around the longest. Chainlink has the most integrations. Chainlink is the thing that if that price action moves, say Chainlink rises 10%, you'll see your API 3s, your Tellors, your bands, and they'll all pump more than Chainlink will, because they're smaller market cap. But as of right now, with the integrations Tellor's got, and I expect them to add to that, I think this is one that could pump quite nicely. Very strong protocol. Highly recommend you listen. Anyone that's not had a chance yet, listen to the team discussing the importance of the decentralization of Tellor, the importance of the decentralization of oracles. If you have a full understanding of why it's so important, then from there you can understand why Tellor could be one of the biggest gainers in the next, or in theory could be one of the biggest gainers in the next bull cycle. Tellor is a very, very strong crypto that is supporting DeFi protocols left, right, and center. And as DeFi grows, as we see another surge, the importance of strong Oracle protocols integrated is huge. And like I say, Tellor is one of the best positioned in terms of decentralization. So if you've never got around to it, like I say, listen to the guys, particularly the CTO doing one of the talks about Tellor. You'll get an understanding of why this is so important. But yeah, I think $200 is something that we're probably looking at in terms of price action, but it would not shock me to see this hit $400 or more. You know, there is a tiny supply of Tellor, and it is just vitally important for the DeFi ecosystem. But I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks. Could it hit $1,000? Could it hit $2,000? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to make it easier on yourself, if you want to make profits without doing any work, that is what Copy My Crypto is. CopyMyCrypto.com is where I do all the work. I dive into the markets every day. I find cryptos that are winners, and I get in on them. And when I do, I let my members know what coin it is that I found that I'm getting in on, what kind of profits it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. So there is no work for any of the members. If that sounds good to you, making all the profits without actually doing any of that work, then head over to copymycrypto.com now, check it out, read through it all, see if it's something that you're interested in, and remember that everything on the website can be verified, can be confirmed, because everything that you see there, you can verify on the history of this channel. You can go through the old videos and verify everything that you read and make a decision if this is something that you'd like to try. And if it is, wonderful, I'll see you there. And if it isn't, no worries, I'll see you here. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.